But Rabbi Marcia, I was going to ask you to say something about Malchut.
After everything that has been said?
Yes.
Are there any further words?
It's the connection, right? That's what the...
So I'll invite you to say a few more words about where you're leading, so that I have a greater sense of
because the Sfirot, because the Gevurah and the Chesed and the Tiferet, the beautiful balance of the strength, they're easier to grasp for me than Malchut, and Malchut I find very difficult to grasp.
And that is how it should be. In my work as a rabbi, people come to meet with me for all kinds of different reasons. Sometimes to talk about a problem, sometimes to plan a ceremony, whether it's a ceremony of joy or one of grief. Sometimes to welcome a new baby, and sometimes to find the way to walk with a beloved friend or parent into end of life. So many times when people come to meet with me, something characteristically happens. If I do not yet know them, and they've been recommended to come to me, but have not yet met me. They come in, they sit down. There's so many things that they could say first off the bat, but I am not surprised when the first thing that is said is, Rabbi, before we begin, I just want to let you know I'm not a religious person. But I'm very spiritual. What do they mean? Rabbi, I want to let you know I'm not a religious person. Usually that means that the outer forms and structures of some variety of religious instruction or observance have not worked well for them yet. I'm very spiritual, is what comes next. And typically, this is something that's said just so I shouldn't assume that they are very religious, but I shouldn't assume that they're not very spiritual. I usually say something like, wonderful. Can you tell me about an experience that you perhaps had that was important for you in your life, that you would say was a significant spiritual experience for you, and what it is that you learned? Well, the stories are many, but the wisdom, that which was learned, whether the story was the story of the mountaintop, gazing out over the night sky, staring into the waves of the endless ocean when the horizon recedes into infinity, looking into the eyes of a newborn child. So many stories, but what is it that is discovered? What is the aha? Take 2 moments, share with your partner what you think the aha is. For maybe such a moment happened to you. What did you discover? What did you learn? when the veil parts, what did you learn? What do you learn? I learned that
timelessness. Those moments when time stops.
I learned that I can step outside of the flow of time into eternity for a nanosecond of 1,000,000 years. How many of you have stepped outside of the flow of time? You know, that's when you're busy doing something so wonderful, so engaging, so exciting, so happy, so intense, that you don't really know how long it's been. Was it 5 minutes? Have I been here for 5 minutes, or have I been here for an hour? That's one hint. That the ordinary flow of time seems suspended.
But it doesn't have necessarily to do with some special thing that happens. I mean, that happens to me all the time if I'm doing a crossword puzzle or reading. It just goes by like that.
How wonderful. How special.
No, how wonderful is what you say to the people that are coming from
Full of wonder.
How full of wonder. I learned that.
I learned that I'm very small and connected.
I learned that in the vastness of a cosmos extraordinary beyond my capacity to imagine, I am the tiniest speck of protoplasm, and still a one-time only expression of the divine in this universe, and as vast and magnificent as the cosmos of which I am a part. I learned that everything is connected, and that I'm a part of something bigger than myself. I learned that I matter. I learned that a river of oneness flows through and unites everything, and that I'm a part of that. I learned that I can open my heart, and love can flow through me like a mighty stream, connecting me to everything that is. How full of wonder. I learned that
even when there's fog, that fog of unknowing, I can still meet the ocean or the lake and can feel a unity, a wholeness, even not knowing.
and even when I'm distracted and buzzed or frustrated or distracted, I can find a place. As my Boston would say, it's 11 Salangaya.
I sneeze at the truth.
Right, you sneeze at the truth. I can find a place inside of me of stillness, like a deep ocean, like a well, a lake. I can find a place of inner stillness where the water of life runs very deep.
I learned at the birth of each of my 3 children that the creation of life is truly miraculous.
very first breath. Every breath. We can breathe every breath like the first breath. This life is a miracle. We can touch the miraculous order every moment. And it's only our chatter, the white noise that we sometimes allow to fill our hearts and minds, that makes it seem sometimes that that is not so. And we learn that it is. This is Malchut. The moments when the veil parts. Something inside of ourselves opens to the allness. The sluice gate opens. The reservoir flows. The river of divine light flows to irrigate our thirsty world, our thirsty souls. And we say, aha. Malchut.